What's going on, everyone? I hope you guys had a good work week. Today I'm going to be releasing a short video as I will be going away for the weekend for my wife's 30th birthday. Happy birthday to her. Today I'll be discussing a few upcoming events and possibly the reason why the market has fallen this past week. So without further delay, let's get into it. As you can see, the article here in the background, Spark Flair Airdrop 14 Things for Ripple XRP Investors to Know. If you guys remember the snapshot that happened back in Q4 of last year, 2020, Flair Networks wanted to partner up with Ripple to bring them a couple additional features to their platform, which would be DeFi, dApps, and NFTs, which would let XRP play with the big boys when it comes to the DeFi market. I was really excited about this upgrade and this partnership with Ripple. People have been waiting for a couple months now for the Spark airdrop, but they have actually come up with another airdrop, the SGB Songbird airdrop for the Flair networks, which the SGB will serve as a testnet for the Flair token, the Flair network. So it's pretty much like a sandbox where if anything goes wrong, they could detonate the network and restart over again, as they want this to be as stable as possible when they launch this. Here we have the Songbird token update. So as you can see, it's currently in observation mode. The Canary network for Flair, which is pretty much a test net. They have a flowchart on how to check your balance and claim the ratio, which would be located on the XRP Ledger website, XRPL, I believe, xrpl.com. Then they have the possible Flair launch. Accessing your tokens if you are going from an exchange. You should already see them in your wallet area. The token distribution is going to be 1 XRP to 0.1 SGB. So it'll be significantly less than the Flair tokens that you will be airdropped. You supported wallets so far. They're down here. And that's pretty much it for this flowchart. I also have another flowchart to show you guys, which has a couple of frequently asked questions. So the one up top here is, can I move my XRP to a new place / change where I receive my Flair and SGB? And they're pretty strict on this due to the fact that the exchanges mostly have control when it comes to if you get your airdrop and how you will get your airdrop. So that's why they say no airdrops are based on where you held your XRP at the time of the snapshot. If you are in self-custody, you still cannot change the place where you claimed your Flair tokens and SGB. So when you guys expect it, when the main network launches, you guys can expect that in the same wallet, the same address that you claimed it in the Q4. They also have a little disclaimer down here below talking about to receive your FLR and SGB, which if you guys participated in the snapshot last year, you will most definitely be participating in both airdrops. So now let's go over to the next article. And this is the Flair website talking about how to put Songbird in flight, which means launching the main network. And there are two modes, as we spoke of before, the observation mode and the state connector testing node. Once these are finished, they are planning, if the network and Flair FTSO smart contracts prove stable, then observation mode will end at 1400 GMT on 27th of September, which is a few days from now. And I cannot wait to see if the mainnet launches. I hope it really does. I hope everything goes well so we can begin to participate in this network. I heard the FTO delegation process is pretty neat. Now on to our next article. El Salvador buys the dip again. Once again, we just talked about this in the previous video. And one thing I gotta say is I'm really surprised. And it just makes me more bullish on the outcome of the Bitcoin network as a whole. I can really see Bitcoin being a reserve asset if more countries continue to adopt this, especially with this kind of aggression and attitude towards buying the dips. As you guys know, we just had a dip this past week. It's starting to come up now, but I hope you guys took the opportunity to buy some while it was low. And one of the quotes he also put on Twitter was, they can never beat you if you buy the dips, which is kind of weird. I don't really know what he was trying to say. I guess beat the system. said said the president in El Salvador, Nayib Bukele, as he announced that his country has bought the dip to the tune of 150 Bitcoin. This puts El Salvador's total Bitcoin holdings at 700 BTC. That's good. I'm happy for them. Hopefully the outcome of Bitcoin is what I think it is, and I hope it is what all Bitcoin speculators think it is, which is a profitable future, a possibly reserve asset, one of the strongest currencies in the world, somewhere you can store your wealth, somewhere you can trade. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. I just wanted to point out the fact that they're buying more Bitcoin, and this is not the only country. Remember, guys, there is only 21 million Bitcoin that will ever be created. There are supposedly 5 to 6 million Bitcoin that have been lost. As you guys know, if you send any Bitcoin to the wrong address, or if anyone has passed away and their keys are, locked away with them, those Bitcoin will never be retrieved again. This is a very finite asset, and with these countries buying up Bitcoin, we will hit a supply shortage really soon. Let's go ahead and move on to the last story here. Is the Evergrande Crisis pushing Bitcoin? Tether markets on the verge of chaos. Now, I don't think this is as serious as this article is making it. I do think this plays a big role in the economy's health and welfare as a whole. The stock market in Hong Kong and China and the US has dipped, not specifically because of this news, but I think this does play a big part, as they are the largest project manager housing market in Hong Kong. Evergrande, a Fortune Global 500 group enterprise, is listed in Hong Kong. Being the face of the real estate sector in China, Evergrande has had more than 1.3 thousand projects spread across the 280 cities in the mainland. Its debts essentially started rising when the company borrowed to finance other projects under its own umbrella, which sounds quite fishy. It further ended up selling apartments at a faster rate with low margins, hoping to raise cash and buy land again. Since 2020, Evergrande has remained China's most indebted real estate company. And this has the same magnitude as the housing market crash back in 2008, which affected multiple countries. And I think this is really important that they brought this up. And I am bringing this to you guys because this might play a role in all of the markets when it comes to countries, and potentially the crypto market, because you would have larger investors, maybe some Wall Street investors that are in crypto, that have a knee-jerk reaction when this shouldn't apply to Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency space at all. You cannot control the fear index when it comes to investors. That's pretty much all I have for this article. If you guys want to look this up yourself, here goes the URL. It just goes on to talk about how there was some sketchy stuff done behind the scenes as the housing market in US suffered the same fate of poor money management and funding projects that should not be funded and borrowing that shouldn't have been borrowed. But you guys all know the story. All right, so let's go ahead to our overview. We have Spark and SGB tokens launching soon. It has been a long time coming, and I know you guys as well cannot wait. I've been in a couple of live streams with the Flair Community on Twitter, and there's a lot of questions that come through asking, when is it going to drop? How is it going to drop? Is there going to be another setback? They don't know. All they know is that they want this network to be as stable as possible when they launch, so you guys can enjoy it. It's a smooth experience when it comes to participating in the FTSO distribution. Check your XRPL wallet for exchanges and self-custody. So I actually I actually checked my XRPL ledger, and the funds are in there. I can see my Flair, I can see my SGB, and that was a sigh of relief, as that is a sign that we are getting closer to the launch of Flair networks and bringing smart contracts to XRP. Songbird testnet 27 September. That is a date to look out for. I will definitely be tuning in and listening to their live stream on the 27th. You should be able to follow them at Flair Networks on Twitter, or Flair Community on Twitter. Government buys more Bitcoin. This is a trend that I'm only seeing speed up every day that goes by, especially if there's a dip in the market. There's automatically news that a country, a pension fund, a fund manager, even retail investors buying up Bitcoin. And this is not the only asset they're buying up. Of course, there's others, but you know, the granddaddy of them all, Bitcoin, always gets the headlines when it comes to governments buying Bitcoin. Just make sure you guys aren't left out when it comes to buying the dips. Oh, this is very important. Very important. So Cardano has a summit, a meetup from the 25th of September to the 26th of September. It's only 2 days. I almost forgot about this one, but this is really important. As you guys know, the Alonzo upgrade actually just happened on the 12th of September. It was very successful. They also have projects starting to be built on their platform now that deal with smart contracts, and everything is looking quite bright for the Cardano platform. If you guys are interested in Cardano, I would definitely recommend you tune in. I will be tuned in as well on the 25th and 26th. I almost forgot about this news, so I'm glad I put it on the overview bullet. That is pretty much all I have for this video. I wanted it to be really short since I will be going away for the weekend. If you guys found this helpful, if you guys found it informative, share it with a friend, share it with a family member, and or both. Until next time, see you.